hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a stunningly beautiful Sunday, the 13th of October. It's about 12:30. It's about ready to turn yesterday's vlog live. Man, that was fantastic going over those mountains, heading out to Willow Grove there on the Columbia River. That was beautiful. Whoa, that was stunning. That was, I tried proofing that thing last night and fell asleep, so I didn't tag it and flag it and render it until this morning. And yeah, it was a big video. That's a lot of data, so it takes a bit to get those things done. The old, good Lord, what is that thing now? Almost 7-year-old iPad Pro. She still crunches them. Even my MacBook Pro is going on, well, it'll be 5 years next year, so it's over 4 years old now. Crazy how quick the time goes by. But you know, Apple stuff, they just last forever. But look at the old leaves all changing colors out here. But I thought I would tackle the starter on the what are you doing over there, Sasha? I see you looking up underneath that tree. She's up to no good. But thought I'd tackle the starter on the old CRV. There's a couple of different approaches. The most common one is to pull, you know, all the throttle body, airbox stuff, battery, intake plenum, the whole thing out of the way and go from the top. I think once you get all that out, that's easier. But I think I may attempt to do it from underneath first. And then I got that window or door lock actuator. I keep calling it a window actuator. It's actually for the door locks. But it's weird how the one, everything follows what the one does in the driver's side door. In later years, it's in the passenger rear door. That's kind of weird. But they all do the same thing. That's what the key fob is what triggers that. That sounds like a really low-flying plane, doesn't it? But anyway, oddly enough, yesterday we heard motorcycles going from early in the morning, and I don't think I've noticed a single one going by out today. So, what are you doing back there, Sasha? Christy took Sasha and Annie out today. Sasha's a puller. Annie just beady bops. Sasha, you think she's a bulldog or something. She can get some serious traction. Anyway, let's go in here and I'll show you some stuff. Well, hello there, my young ladies. All sitting out here. Kind of thinned out a little bit, even though I replaced one for another. That one doesn't take up nowhere near the room. Well, that's before you get bags and stuff on it, but still pondering over those. It's crazy. All the bugs almost look like raindrops, dirty raindrops that hit it. I don't know what kind of bugs those were. I think it's some kind of gnats or whatever. Yeah, I would say by the looks of it, it's probably gnats. Kelly got me a gremlin bell on Friday too. I'll show you where I put that. It's kind of hard to see. A little American flag, gremlin bell. I used a safety wire to hold it because that was like the safest place I could think of, and that's the pre-muffler, and then just before it there in the header, that's the catalytic converter. So I was concerned there may be enough heat that, probably never in a million years, enough heat to melt a zip tie underneath there, so I used safety wire this time. Sure loving this thing. Holy moly. Man, playing around with that map, the customized mapping I made for this thing, I was thoroughly surprised. I'm just shocked that came out of an ADV bike. That is like violent acceleration. What a beast. I mean, I ain't felt nothing like that since, you know, a leader sport bike or Hayabusa or whatever it was. I don't even remember. That's crazy. That's nuts, man. That feels like way more than 150 horsepower, but I don't usually ride things like that with that kind of power anymore anyway. So yeah, violent. I know the other things I ride aren't even remotely close. Impressive, but nowhere near close. But anyway, here's a genuine Honda starter from Honda themselves. And there's a $75 core charge, and the guy says it is imperative that you put it back in this box. Honda is very, very critical about that, or you're not going to get your core charge back. But that's that window actuator. It's got a little motor in there that turns it. It's like the controller and actuator all in one. Stupid expensive for that thing. It's kind of crazy. The starter wasn't cheap either, but getting it at employee cost helps a whole bunch. In fact, I got that for the price of a rebuilt one, some no-name starter. And yeah, go with the good stuff. So if that lasted 22 years and almost 300,000 miles, I think another one would probably be the right one to put in. All right, let's tackle into this thing, see what we got before us here. Well, it's now after 5 p.m. Taking about a half hour or so at lunch. I've been working on this car. When we went on the ride yesterday, we come back, and as we're coming to unlock the door, you hear this barking inside the shop. I went, oh no. He was a good boy, no messes or anything like that. So for 22 years, dang near 300,000 miles, that starter's been sitting inside there. Mitsuba from Honda, made in Japan. You can see some design changes. You know, the body work and stuff is a little different. The rods are on the outside instead of internal. That probably allows it to have, because you can see the can almost seems like it's a little bigger too, doesn't it? Have to measure it. But yeah, brand spanky new. So, you know, the going underneath theory was working perfect until that one hidden bolt. If you ever seen, got this long 14 millimeter headed bolt that has like an extension built on it. I'll show you. I got right on it, no problem. Look at the mess down here. This is absolutely crazy. But this bolt, the one that's at the back, I could get on it, no problem. The 14 in the back, a 17 in the front. But I couldn't get any movement on it. None. And then I had to fight to get it from underneath, because you can see it's a hole. You can reach right up there. The dirt collected on that thing. You need to get the cover up the manifold, and I'll probably just, well, I don't know how I'm going to clean it. I don't want that to go inside the bell housing there. Anyway, that's a lot of gravel built up on that thing. It's many years. So anyway, had to revert and come up top and do the whole, yank the plenum, throttle body and all that stuff out. And my little pinchers, wherever they are, didn't work. Oh, there's one of them right there. I couldn't squeeze them tight enough. The coolant came out. Got nasty, the alternator looks down there. Hope that doesn't happen anytime soon, because, yeah, that looks just about as fun as getting the starter out of this thing. I would imagine that's probably not the stock alternator. What a mess down there. Holy moly. That's a lot of work. And I did the typical, watch a couple of videos, and Honda's changed these things a bunch of times. One guy was complaining, it's ridiculous that this guy took all you know, all the harness and stuff for the injectors out of the way. He says, not necessary. And I'm looking at it, yeah, it's not. Well, with this one, it is. You have no choice. The way you had to move stuff out of the way, you just need to move just a little bit. Plus, it just made it clean. It's super easy. You got 4 injectors, 1 ground wire, and just unclip the little rail holding the harness. Super simple. Oh, I got the other pincher on there. That one worked a little bit better, but I kept hearing it like sucking air. So I thought, well, need to throw the old drill bit in that one too. All that wetness is a combination of leaked coolant and PB blaster, because the starter had been sitting in the body for so long that it actually oxidized to it and was stuck. Soaked it with a little PB blaster and shook her around a little bit, and off she went. Literally the very first bolt I took loose, it was down the bottom, and it was a holding. Yeah, it was the bolt for the, looks like a filter. I think that's for the transmission. And I didn't realize that the bracket for this front motor mount was sitting right there. When it broke free, yep, got my phalanges. Yeah, I was gushing for a little bit. Tried to use the old pliers. You gotta be careful with that because they're sharp and you can pinch your coolant hoses. But I gave her a little squeeze and that wasn't enough either. Just had to plug it back up, go find a couple of drill bits. That's a lot. It's a lot of tools. You know, it's funny. Other than some Bosch, some Milwaukee, almost all of it, and there's a few Craftsman things mixed in there. All of that is like Harbor Freight stuff. You know what? If it works, it works. Look at these old Craftsmans, man. I've had them for a while. I snagged all those things when Sears was going belly up. I went out to the mall there that I drive all around and never take you guys by there by work. So anyway, now that it's 20 after 5, might as well start the reassemble portion of this thing. But I seen a lot of people, you know, had a lot of fighting to get that thing out of there. It was really easy. A little manipulating around the harnesses and the hose to get the plenum out. And crazy enough, all the seals, I guess I just don't see the heat there or something. It's like somebody put them in last week. So, the old gal, all that mess in that thing is from that crank seal leaking. And I wasn't smart enough to get some cleaner before I put the serpentine belt, because I'm afraid to put the serpentine belt, to clean it with the serpentine belt on there, because it's a degreaser. It could destroy the rubber, the oils in the rubber. Anyway, this old Cornwell light, that thing has not turned off the whole time I've been out here. Those things are a trooper. Yeah, I was hoping to go for a ride today. I told Kelly, I said, well, it should take a couple hours, knowing me, you know. I'll take too long. It'll take me a couple hours to do it. Well, it's been a little bit more than a couple hours. Every time I get up. Needless to say, I'm not going to get the door actuator in, because that's a whole ordeal in itself. Yeah, it's funny. You never stop looking at them, even when you've had them 5 years, 11 years, and so on, you know. 11 years for this as well. Hey, must be something about the gray. You take the old DR out for a rip too. It's been a minute from that. Iron. I need to cycle these things through. Man, it literally looks like the next 2 weeks it's going to be wet. Man, please no. Well, it had already been that way here last year. Remember, it started raining at the end of September when we got back from our trip. Whoa, look at that white balance. That's funky. We came back from our trip and it just never stopped. That thing, it's weird how that thing tests a lot. It's in that mode. I keep catching that one flashing. I mean, the other ones do it too, but I keep catching this one. Hope I got that tester. I can test that thing. The Yuasa tester. Not as good as the fancy Midtronics thing I have at work, but that's Honda branded. But it's from Honda because it has the Honda codes. When the batteries fail, they throw a code. And for warranty, Honda wants to see that number. Let's walk outside while it's pretty, because it's going to get dark quick here. Oh, cool. The John Deere tractor out there running the fields. Man, look at them skies. Is it gorgeous or what? Well, I need to get in there and get that Honda done, or we'll be driving the truck tomorrow. And that's a minimum of $40 to drive to work and back. That's crazy. We put $50 in it. That day we drove the Himalayan to work, and it used, I would guess, about $40 of the $50. The tank almost went right back to where it was. Looking at the gauge and going, it's probably about $10 worth of. Chrissy is doing her last load of the goofed up clothes. What are you barking at?
The kids.
Oh.
Wherever they may be.
She. Well, hello there, YouTube. How about that? That day of goofing around with that daggum old car again.
Oh, man. Hold on.
Well, I'm glad I got another Honda starter, because that one lasted that long.
Mm-hmm.
Typical Honda stuff, man. Just crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
They make good stuff.
Yeah. But that kind of used up my day.
Poor hubby.
Kelly's cleaning up her craft area, because it's just her, you know. She has this kind of almost like a hermit kind of little thing. She knows where everything's at. She has everything stacked up, but it's not very good for when you got a whole family here, you know.
I know it, so I gotta condense it so at least I can actually get to the stuff.
Yeah, she's been working on that for, geez, you've been working on that dang near as long as I've been out there messing around with that car.
Know.
But yeah, it looks good in there. I walk in and it's like, whoa, where is everything? I hear the dumpsters closing and shutting a whole bunch. What are you guys throwing away? They're cleaning up Kyle's old room, making it, because it's kind of turned into a storage area.
Yes.
So they're cleaning stuff up. A bunch of it's just junk, you know.
Trying to give them more room to put their stuff.
Yeah. What I reckon on that? That's gonna make the day.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Monday or Tuesday.
Heck yeah. And thanks for all the awesome comments on yesterday's ride video.
Oh, way
and
cool.
For a while here, you know, there's a spam filter. If you're nasty, I've got it set to strict, so I just go through and just dump them all. If somebody's nasty, I don't no room in my vlog for that. So, but anyway, I haven't had something caught in that spam filter in a long time. So thank you guys for also being very kind and cordial.
Nice, nice.
Put on that. Back to the grind tomorrow.
Yep, back at her.
In the rain.
Yep.
Yep,
Rain's
it's like
coming.
85 or 65 or something percent.
It's gonna rain.
It's gonna rain. So it looks that way all week.
Yeah.
Although Saturday and Sunday look like it, but talking the 50s though.
Oh yeah, it'd be cold.
And
It'd be dry.
the week after that, barely hit 60 a couple of times, but it's in the 50s. It's gone in. I know it's still fall, but it's going into that winter mode.
Yeah.
Dadgummit.
I know it.
A new motorcycle sitting out there. I'll just leave the bugs on there to remind me of days gone by. But anyway, we're gonna roll with that.
Alrighty.
You already say you?
Yeah, I already said.
I'm just in another world. Sorry. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.